Donald Trump. Donald John Trump, born June 14, 1946, is an American politician, media personality and businessman who served as the 45th President of the United States from 2017 to 2021. Trump graduated from the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania with a bachelor's degree in 1968. He became president of his father Fred Trump's real estate business in 1971 and renamed it the Trump Organization. Trump expanded the company's operations to building and renovating skyscrapers, hotels, casinos, and golf courses. He later started side ventures, mostly by licensing his name. From 2004 to 2015, he co-produced and hosted the reality television series The Apprentice. Trump and his businesses have been involved in more than 4,000 state and federal legal actions, including 6 bankruptcies. Trump's political positions have been described as populist, protectionist, isolationist, and nationalist. He won the 2016 United States presidential election as the Republican nominee against Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton, but lost the popular vote. He became the first U.S. president with no prior military or government service. His election and policies sparked numerous protests. A 2019 special counsel investigation led by Robert Mueller established that Russia interfered in the 2016 election to benefit the Trump campaign, but did not establish that members of the Trump campaign conspired or coordinated with Russia. Trump promoted conspiracy theories and made many false and misleading statements during his campaigns and presidency, to a degree unprecedented in American politics. Many of his comments and actions have been characterized as racially charged or racist, and many as misogynistic. Trump ordered a travel ban on citizens from several Muslim-majority countries, diverted military funding towards building a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border, and implemented a policy of family separations for apprehended migrants. He signed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, which cut taxes for individuals and businesses and rescinded the individual health insurance mandate penalty of the Affordable Care Act. He appointed 54 federal appellate judges and 3 United States Supreme Court justices. In foreign policy, Trump initiated a trade war with China and withdrew the U.S. from the proposed Trans-Pacific Partnership Trade Agreement, the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, and the Iran nuclear deal. Trump met with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un 3 times, but made no progress on denuclearization. He reacted slowly to the COVID-19 pandemic, ignored or contradicted many recommendations from health officials in his messaging, and promoted misinformation about unproven treatments and the need for testing. Trump lost the 2020 United States presidential election to Joe Biden but refused to concede defeat, falsely claiming widespread electoral fraud and attempting to overturn the results by pressuring government officials, mounting scores of unsuccessful legal challenges, and obstructing the presidential transition. On January 6, 2021, Trump urged his supporters to march to the Capitol, which many of them then attacked, resulting in multiple deaths and interrupting the electoral vote count. Trump is the only president in American history to have been impeached twice. After he pressured Ukraine to investigate Biden in 2019, he was impeached by the House of Representatives for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress in December. The Senate acquitted him of both charges in February 2020. The House of Representatives impeached Trump a second time in January 2021, for incitement of insurrection. The Senate acquitted him in February, after he had already left office. Following his presidency, Trump has remained heavily involved in the Republican Party, including by making over 200 political endorsements. Scholars and historians rank Trump as one of the worst presidents in American history. 2016 Presidential Campaign Main Article, Donald Trump 2016 Presidential Campaign. See also, 2016 Republican Party Presidential Primaries and 2016 United States Presidential Election General Election Campaign. Trump's fame and provocative statements earned him an unprecedented amount of free media coverage, elevating his standing in the Republican primaries. 158 He adopted the phrase truthful hyperbole, coined by his ghostwriter Tony Schwartz, to describe his public speaking style. 132-159 His campaign statements were often opaque and suggestive, 160 and a record number of them were false. 161 162 163 The Los Angeles Times wrote, "Never in modern presidential politics has a major candidate made false statements as routinely as Trump has." 164 165 Trump said he disdained political correctness and frequently made claims of media bias. 166 167 Trump speaking in front of an American flag behind a podium, wearing a black suit and red hat. The podium sports a blue Trump sign. Trump campaigning in Arizona, March 2016. Trump announced his candidacy in June 2015. 168 169 His campaign was initially not taken seriously by political analysts, but he quickly rose to the top of opinion polls. 170 He became the front-runner in March 2016. 171 After a landslide win in Indiana in May, Trump was declared the presumptive Republican nominee. 172 Hillary Clinton led Trump in national polling averages throughout the campaign, but in early July her lead narrowed. 173 174 In mid-July Trump selected Indiana Governor Mike Pence as his vice presidential running mate. 175 And the two were officially nominated at the 2016 Republican National Convention. 176 Trump and Clinton faced off in 3 presidential debates in September and October 2016. Trump twice refused to say whether he would accept the result of the election. 177